Hello everyone, welcome to the Friday review, and today I'm going to do my review on the iRULU 7-inch tablet. This is their Android tablet that is basically an entry-level tablet because right now it's priced at $41.99. This tablet would be able to perform most things like typical tablets would do, but when it comes to multitasking and heavy gaming, this tablet won't perform as good as, let's say, like a $200 Android tablet because it just doesn't have the power to do it. In my unboxing, I was kind of impressed with this tablet, how snappy it was right when it booted up and different things. And that is because of the ARM A33 Cortex A7 processor. This is a 1.3 gigahertz quad-core processor, so it's pretty nice that it has a quad-core processor because I have used Android devices that has had a single-core processor and it's just terrible. It also has a 512 megabytes of RAM, which is kind of why this tablet can't perform multitasking pretty good because of the RAM. This also has 8 gigs of storage, which is also expandable up to 32 gigs with a micro SD card. And you can also, if you want, you can also get this tablet in a 16 gig variant too, if you really need. This tablet also has wireless capabilities, like most tablets should. It has NG and B, G, and N, and it also supports 3G if you put a SIM card in the tablet into the TF port or the SD card port. So that is something that is a little bit interesting, that if you really do want 3G capabilities, you can do that. It has a front-facing 0.3 megapixel camera and a back-facing camera that is also 0.3 megapixels, so don't be expecting to, take good pictures or anything, but I kind of was already expecting this because of the price point of this tablet. So you won't be able to take amazing photos with this. Quite frankly, I personally can't even use a camera because the quality is just terrible. But that's kind of understandable for this price point. It has a 7-inch display. It is a TN panel, so the viewing angles are kind of terrible. And it is a multi-touch touch panel, so you'd be able to use multiple fingers and play games that require multi-touch, which is nice. And this also runs Android 4.4.2, and it has the ability to be updated whenever iRULU decides to push out a live update. You can update it wirelessly, so that's really nice. Something you don't really see with cheaper tablets like this because of they're not really known, and the company just kind of, I don't know, lazy and don't want to put up the most latest version of Android. But this tablet does have the potential to, if they ever decide to release a new update. So overall, the performance of the tablet is pretty good. And I also forgot to mention, this is a certified Google tablet, so you would be able to access the Play Store. But overall, the tablet does perform pretty well. The battery life performs pretty well. The standby time is iffy. But overall, the operating system on it is pretty decent. But whenever you do like multi-angles, like the rotation of the device, it takes, as you can see, sometimes for it to notice that you rotated the tablet, but that's a little bit typical on cheaper tablets, but this is like really noticeable. The touchscreen is very responsive, and it's running almost like pure Android. It only has 2 of iRULU's apps, so it is pretty stock Android. So you do get the full potential of the 8 gigs of storage. I have noticed when I've used it that I noticed the tablet runs faster if you download the Google Now launcher. I've noticed the tablet performs a little bit more snappy and runs pretty good. So that might be an option that you might want to consider. But I noticed there's been a very big improvement overall when I've put it on. Also, Nova Launcher is pretty snappy on this tablet. It makes the tablet a little bit more snappy, because for some reason the stock launcher is just, I don't know, bogged down for some reason. This is this is rooted already, so you do have full root access. But if you're not an Android person, then you don't really mind. But the first thing you should do, even if you're a consumer or if you're techie on different things, if you're a techie, then you might want to leave it checked. But if you're not, I would highly recommend to go down to when you first put your information in and get to where you can start using the tablet, to go into the settings and go to security. Security, and then go all the way down to unknown sources. This would be checked, so you don't want to uncheck that. I noticed that whenever when you first get to using it, I noticed that was already checked. I would assume it's probably for them to load their own app, but they never unchecked it when they did, so that's kind of iffy. As you can tell, like, I'll open like an app real quick and see, and you can see how slowish it performs. Like, it opens apps pretty fast, but to get started using them, it's still loading to where I can start attempting to try to load Chrome. So the slowness, you would have to wait a few seconds for apps to open and start running and different things. Notifications are pretty snappy, especially whenever you're just trying to clear them off. The Wi-Fi, I've noticed I've not had any issues with. I've had another of their tablets that I had to reflash the Android operating system for the Wi-Fi to work properly. But this one, I've noticed it does not seem to have that issue. Like I said, it's just a basic tablet that you'd be basically using it for like an e-reader or light gaming, especially if you have kids that do educational games. This tablet would perform just fine with those applications. But like heavy gaming and heavy multitasking, then I'd probably suggest maybe getting a little bit more expensive for a tablet. The design is a plastic design. The only thing that I don't like about this tablet is if this barely like bends or something, like the two pieces with the plastic are merged, they sometimes pop up and different things if the tablet bends. So if it gets dropped, that may pop up whenever you drop it. As it has on the side, you have your headphone jack, volume rocker, and then on the top you have your power button, a DC charging port, and a micro USB port. And then on the back is, or on the other side, I forgot, is that port that you can put either a SIM card in or a SD card up to 32 gigs. This tablet, I've noticed the storage is kind of weird-ish. If you go into, let's see, storage, actually it is not. It must be on another tablet. So as you can see, you do get your 4 to 8 gigs, but it does take, I believe, almost several gigs for Android. So you have a little bit of room to play around with, install apps, and do everything that you need. The brightness of the tablet is pretty decent. You'd be able to easily see things. It's not too light, but this is about the highest brightness you can get, and then the lowest brightness. So the brightness of the screen isn't too terrible bad. I've used other cheaper tablets like in this price range that do seem to the brightness not to be like bright, but this one is pretty decent, so you'd be able to use it easily in daylight and different things. So overall, this tablet is a good performing tablet. Yes, it's kind of slow, but it's also the price point. It's pretty cheap, so it's understandable why it doesn't perform. Like I said, the cameras aren't too terrible bad, and you know, if you've watched my other tablet reviews, I usually do a camera test. But this one, I just don't really want to do a camera test because the camera quality is so bad. But overall, if you're going to be using this tablet for like browsing the web or e-reader or watching videos or giving this to your kids to play with, then this would be a great tablet to get. But for any other like massive uses like multitasking or want something that's super fast, then I probably suggest picking up something that's a little bit more expensive, because this one you'd just be a little bit disappointed. I noticed some apps on the Android store you can download and they work perfectly, but some apps, some popular apps you cannot download. So that's kind of a bummer, but there's other ways to get them if you really want them on this tablet. But overall, I would suggest this tablet if you're going to pick this up for your kids, or you're going to pick this up for the grandparents to use as an e-reader, then this would be the tablet for that. You can also get this tablet in different colors too, so pink isn't the only option. You can get it in a bunch of different colors. This is just the one that they had to offer me to review, so that's how I ended up with the pink tablet. But overall, this tablet works decent for the price point. But it does have its downers because it's a cheaper tablet. But overall, if you're interested in picking this tablet up, I will have a link down below where you can pick one up. Like I said, right now it's retailing for $41.99, so it's not too terrible expensive, but it is, for the performance, kind of iffy. But yeah, so hopefully you like this video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And like I said, if you're interested in picking one of these tablets up, I will leave a link down below, and I'll see you in the next review.